Hi there. Today I'm going to take you through your driver's daily activities within the app. Here, this gray box that I'm moving around right now, consider this my truck and my DashLink. It's just the emulator so I can demonstrate the full system for you today. The first thing that your drivers will have to do is sign in to the BigRoad Mobile application. Once signed in, it will ask them for their email address and their password, and then they'll hit sign in. The first screen that your drivers will see will be a list of the trucks that are already added into the system. Here you can see truck 0100. I can tell a DashLink has never been installed in this vehicle because there's no DashLink symbol here. So once your drivers have selected the truck number, they'll have to select the menu in the top right corner of the app. Once they click the three dots or three lines that they're seeing there, they'll go into the settings. Once they're in the settings, they'll scroll down and they will see DashLink. Here, they'll just click on this. And then you'll see this Connect to DashLink button again. So again, the DashLink is plugged into the ECM port, the truck is turned on, your driver can select Connect to DashLink. It will ask your driver to verify all of the vehicle information, and from there, they can continue on with their day. So that's how the initial connection to the DashLink is started within the system. Once that initial connection is completed, they won't ever have to do that again. The system will know to automatically connect with the DashLink once the driver logs in. So I'm going to go back to the main screen of my app, and I'm going to log into a DashLink truck here. So you can see Julie Test. This is my DashLink vehicle. Once I'm logged into the system, we do have an orange warning bar up here at the top of the app, and this is telling your drivers that a DashLink connection has not been made. Over here, I'm going to turn my truck on, and then I'll wait for that connection to happen. Your drivers will know that they're connected because this orange warning bar will go away, and also this D symbol up here, this will become a solid white. So the next thing that your drivers will want to do after they know they have confirmed a connection with the DashLink is go on duty. So they'll hit the duty status circle here, and here's on duty. Any status that your driver changes into, we will show them a clock of how much time they have left in each duty status. So here, the clock is telling me that I have 13 hours and 9 minutes remaining in my on-duty time for that day. Once they've gone on duty, they'll go ahead and enter in their pre-trip. So to do that, you'll select Daily Logs. At the very bottom, they'll see a gray button that says View Logs. They'll select today's date, and then they'll scroll down within the app. Once they're scrolled down, you'll see Vehicle Inspection Report. So you can see I've already done one for today at 10:36 this morning, and I did not find any defects. I do have the option to go ahead and select New Inspection. In this next screen, you'll select the truck that you want to inspect. So we'll just go ahead and inspect truck Julie Test. Here you can see that the license plate, the time, odometer readings, location, this will automatically populate in the app for your drivers. So at this point, the only thing that they need to do is check off whether or not they found defects for that day. If they did find a defect, they will check off the found defects box, and then they will be required to leave a note in the remarks section. If they did not find a defect, we'll just leave that unchecked, and then your drivers can go ahead and hit save. Once their pre-trip is done, they will need to sign. So if you just scroll down a little bit here, you will see Sign Inspection Report. Click on this, and then you'll see a note, I declare that all vehicles have been inspected in accordance with applicable requirements. Now that the inspection report is completed, we will hit back on our actual device to get back to the main screen of the app. Now we can go ahead and start driving. So on my emulator here, I will put my truck into motion. As soon as wheels are in motion, the system will put your drivers on the drive line. You can see I have 7 hours and 57 minutes left of drive time before I need to take my 30-minute break, as currently I'm operating underneath of the 70-hour, 8-day cycle. As soon as wheels are in motion, the system will put your drivers on the drive line. So now I'll show you how your drivers can go onto break. So here I will stop my truck. The system does take about 5 minutes to register that you have completely stopped, just in case you're stuck in some stop and go traffic. Once the truck is completely stopped, your drivers will have the option to go in and manually change their duty status to off duty to take their 30-minute break. So you can see off duty at the very top. And now you can see that my break is done in 30 minutes. So again, just another example that we do count down how much time each of your drivers have left in each status. The next thing I'll take you through here is a roadside inspection. So roadside inspection, it is very important to note that your drivers do need to have a copy of the BigRoad driver card in the truck with them at all times. If DOT asks for that card and your driver cannot provide it, they will be in violation. So driver cards, they can be found on our website, or we do send them out with all DashLinks as well. So roadside inspection, you'll go into daily logs, and then you'll go to inspect logs. We'll go ahead with the 7 days plus today, and inspect logs. Here you can see instructions, show the enforcement official your driver card, and tap on screen and give your device to the inspector. So we will go ahead and tap inspect on screen. Here we have now launched the inspection mode. So it says please give the device to the inspector. Here you'll see that the DashLink device is a compliant AOBRD that is connected to the engine. So again, same instructions that you'll see on the driver card. We'll go ahead to go to show daily logs. Now you'll see some more instructions here. So we're just telling the inspector to navigate through the logs, select the arrows at the top of the screen, and to use your finger to go up and down to view log details. This is what the inspector will see in inspection mode. If we scroll down, they'll see the on-duty recap, which is an hour summary for your drivers. Scrolling down, you'll see the graph, and then you'll see each duty status, how long that duty status was. Scrolling down further, the inspectors will have access to see the vehicle inspection report. Once they're done inspecting that day, they can use the arrows at the top of the screen. They will go back. Once in inspection mode, we won't flag any violations for the inspectors. We only flag violations for drivers to see. And then you'll see here, once we get to that 8th day, the inspectors, they don't have any access to go back any further. Once the inspection is completed, the inspector will hand the device back over to your driver. Your driver will then hit back on the actual device. Please return the device to the driver, and then they'll select done. Once done, you'll see we go back into the BigRoad Mobile application where your driver can continue on with their day. The next things I'll show you is personal conveyance and yard move. So in order to use personal conveyance, you'll click on this duty status circle here, and you'll hit begin personal use. There's no restrictions in this status. It's strictly personal driving. Once your drivers are done, they'll select the duty status circle, and then they'll select end personal use. The next feature I'll show you here is yard move. So please note that right now I am off duty. I'll go ahead and change myself to on duty to demonstrate the yard move. So to start a yard move, you'll select the duty status circle, and then you'll select start a yard move. You'll see a little note that'll populate here, and this will tell you how much distance you have left within your yard move. So when I put my truck into motion here, and I'll go fairly fast here just to demonstrate. Once wheels are in motion, you'll see that the yard move, it does count down. So if your truck odometer units are in miles, you do have a complete total distance of 5 miles. So we will count down from either the 8 kilometers or 5 mile distance that you have left. Once your truck is stopped, you'll be able to select yard move as complete, and that whole drive time will just be recorded as on duty time because that's the last status I was in when I made the yard move. You can complete yard moves in off-duty, sleeper, or on-duty statuses, and it'll just reflect the status that you are currently in. editing daily logs. So if you need to make changes to any on-duty or off-duty events within the app, you can go to daily logs. At the very bottom of this screen, you can select view logs. You'll select today's date. Here you can see I can make changes to any of my shipping documents if I needed to, just by selecting edit here. Scrolling down, if I need to make changes to any on-duty or off-duty segments that I've already recorded, I can do so here. So this on-duty segment that happened at 10:35 this morning for 4 minutes, if I click on that, it'll highlight that segment blue, and then it'll open up a gray edit button here. In this next screen, I can change that start or end time. It will change by 15-minute increments. If you would like to have that down to the minute, you can click on the time, and then you can actually go in and change it by the minute here. Once you make the change, so I'll say I started on duty at 9:30 and as opposed to 10:30, you can change the time. You'll see on the graph that it automatically is changed. We'll scroll down and we can hit save. The edit will take place immediately within the app, and if you have an internet connection, it will show on the administrator side as well. If I attempt to make any edits to driving time that the DashLink has already recorded for me as a driver, I can highlight that blue. You'll see my gray edit button. You'll see I don't have any option to go in and edit the start and end times because my DashLink has already recorded this time for me. The only option I have here is to change the driving status, and I can change it to off-duty driving. So it'll still record on my log as driving. I could just change it from on-duty to personal conveyance. Here, I'll leave a note as to why I made those changes, and then I'll hit save. As a driver, once you sign your log for the end of the day, you will have 24 hours after to make any changes to on-duty or off-duty segments that you have recorded. At that time, any edits will need to be done by a safety manager on the administrator side. So the next thing that I'll show you here is messages. So click on messages. You have 3 options here. The first option here, you can start a new chat with any other drivers or administrators within your fleet. The second option is checking in. If you're being held up at a shipper's location a little bit longer than anticipated, you can always check in with a timestamp and send that over to anybody within the fleet. What you'll see here, that a map populates with your location. You can enter in any notes, and then you can add an email and email that directly to any safety managers or any dispatchers that you'd like to. Hitting back on my device, documents, this is where you'll be able to send in any fuel receipts, shipping information, any documents that your fleet requires you to send in. You can either turn the app into a camera, take a picture of that receipt or that document, or you can select a picture that you've already taken within the app. Once you select send to dispatch, this document will automatically upload on your trip sheet information for that day, and any administrators will have access to that document that you've sent over. For any fleets that do border crossing, your drivers will have to manually change their duty cycle within the app when they are border crossing. In order to do that, you'll select daily logs. You'll see here I'm showing the current cycle that I'm running under. Right beside that, there's a gray button for rules. If your drivers click on this, the gray button up top, this is where they can select the duty cycle that they will be operating under once they do any border crossing. If your drivers would like to leave notes beside any duty statuses that they make, they can click on this duty status circle, duty status with a note, and then they can type in any appropriate information here, such as fueling, anything at all, and then they can hit save. So now when you're ending your day within the BigRoad app, you'll select daily logs. At the very bottom, you'll select view logs. Today's date. We'll scroll down to the very bottom of the log. So to end your day within the BigRoad app, you'll make sure that your duty status is off duty, and you'll go to daily logs. At the very bottom of the screen, select view logs. You will select today's date. In this next screen, you'll scroll down to the bottom. And your drivers will select Sign Daily Log. Here you'll see a message: an AOBRD driver log can only be edited by the driver for 24 hours after signing. After that, it can be only edited by a supervisor. We'll select Continue, Sign Log. We signed our daily log for the day. We'll go back to the main screen of the app. We'll go to the menu at the top right corner, and then we'll select Sign Out. It's very important that you sign out at the end of each shift or when you're gone home for the weekend. If you stay signed into the system, the BigRoad app will constantly ping your GPS within your device and upload additional information on the trip sheet. So again, go off duty, sign your log, sign out of the app. Thank you.